Welcome to another episode of The Conversation Line, brought to you by Fieger Law, Daniella Bruce, Ken Daniels, and it's the first episode of the 2025-2026 season.
We're pumped.
Yeah, and we started it off with a bang. Great guest, Dylan Larkin, joining us on the first episode. He told us a lot. He was great about everything, but one thing that stood out was how quick he was to answer his biggest fear. Very quick to the trigger on that one.
Yeah, he was. We won't give it away yet. I'm sort of in line with what he said. My biggest fear, and not just because I'm only 5'7", would be heights. Certainly not looking out from an airplane. I could never imagine jumping out of an airplane. Like, would you?
I did it.
You did it?
I've skydived before. Skydived?
Skydived, sure.
Skydived? Yeah, sure.
My daughter did over New Zealand. I can't imagine doing it.
I wish I would have done it over a cooler place like that. If I ever do it again, which I don't know if I will. I was a little fearless back when I did it. But it would be somewhere else. Like, I did it here in Michigan, so.
Why?
Because I was crazy. I wanted to jump out of a plane.
So you wanted to conquer a fear.
Yeah, maybe.
See, that's a fear I'll never conquer, and I don't care.
It was really cool.
I guess it would be. I parasailed before. Actually, a couple of times, believe it or not. Once you're up there, it's very quiet. It's serene.
See, I probably wouldn't do that because of one of my biggest fears.
Is parasailing?
Sharks.
Oh, okay, because over the water.
Yep.
Well, you could go over Lake Michigan where there's no sharks, and then you'd be okay.
Do they parasail on Lake Michigan?
You could parasail wherever you want.
Okay. I'd do that.
Okay, and then there's no sharks. Sharks would be a good fear.
It is that and storms. But we
Like hurricanes, tornadoes.
tornadoes, big storms.
But you know they're coming.
Eh.
You have to listen to the meteorologists.
Well, that's the thing. I would be one of the people that at the first sign that there could maybe be a storm, I would be out. But that's probably why, one of the reasons that I love living in Michigan. I don't have to deal with that often.
No, we wouldn't. So back to me being my vertically challenged
self.
self.
Go ahead, where we started.
Yeah, I guess fear of heights, but also in a lot of buildings you go to now where the gondolas are. I'm used to Little Caesars. Some buildings, that's at first, whoa, when you come in there and you look over and your sphincter gets tight.
I just can't believe that yours doesn't at Little Caesars Arena, because mine still does.
It does? Your sphincter will get tight there?
Still scared. You know, your stomach just goes,
yes.
Like it's,
yes, there is that. I'm used to it now, and I don't know whether it's sitting or standing or where we are, and our broadcast spot at Little Caesars is so wonderful. There are some buildings you go to, like in Calgary, for example.
Yeah, that one's scary.
Where you have to walk across the catwalk to get, that's one way of getting there at the Saddle Dome, which they're building a new building, thank goodness, where you had to go across the catwalk. Now, I'd never go that way. I'd take the elevator, and there's a smaller catwalk, and I basically scurry across it really quickly without looking down. I don't like that. So once I'm over there, I'm okay. I remember the old Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver when I was doing Toronto Maple Leafs radio. The only way to get there would be across the top of the building. Can you imagine going across the top of the ice at Little Caesars?
No.
Right. Well, you would on a wooden plank. You were going across the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver, and my broadcast partner, Gord Stellick, on the radio would say, "Oh, you'll be fine." And I thought, I'm hanging on. He gets in there behind me and starts to jump up and down so the thing is going. That was scary. I never wanted to do that again, and that building's long gone now. So that would be a fear of heights would probably be my major.
Do you like roller coasters?
I had gone a couple of times, only with eyes closed, and when my wife and I first got to know each other, basically I think just to impress her I did it, and now I thought that was a waste of time. She's not impressed by me at all. So why did I do that? And I did. Went on the roller coaster, yes.
All right, there you
Never
go.
do it again.
Really?
No desire. No. It's me closing my eyes for the 2 minutes. What's the use of that? No.
That's
don't
fair.
need it. Do you like roller coasters?
I used to. It's actually been about 10 years since I've been on one. So I used to. In my age, I'm getting a little bit more fearful, and my stomach can't handle as many things anymore. So I don't know. I'd have to test it again. I would have to test it
You'd
again.
have to pay me a lot of money to do that again. Nope,
So broadcast crew trip to Cedar Point in our future.
That's where I went on my first major.
There you go.
Cedar
See?
Point.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, enough about us. Dylan Larkin was fantastic, and you guys are in for a treat. The Conversation Line with the captain, Dylan Larkin, brought to you by Fieger Law, is next.
dug deep. You're Ken Kell. You're the hockey guy. I go, I don't know anything about this stuff.
This is The Conversation Line, presented by Fieger Law.
Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of the season of The Conversation Line, brought to you by Fieger Law. I'm Daniella Bruce, alongside your TV voice of the Detroit Red Wings, Ken Daniels, and the captain, Dylan Larkin, episode 1. Dylan, thank you for taking the time to join us. I'm sure you're getting amped up for a new season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Starting this week, it's very exciting, and I'm very excited.
So early in camp, I saw that you did a social media feature with our social team here, and you guys were talking about it being your 11th year. And that stopped me in my tracks because I don't even feel like it's your 11th season. Does it feel that way to you?
No, not 11, but I think it does feel like I've been here for some time, and a lot of good times, good memories, and I still feel young though, and I don't. It's crazy that it's 11 for sure. I'm hoping that I'm just starting the back nine.
How's the game
Making
changed?
a turn.
There you go.
Yeah. How has the game changed those 11 years from your point of view? The speed, the technology, everything. Has it changed?
Yeah. The speed, I think. I think everyone has it now. So there's a lot of just like when I started, more playmaking, more really good line rush chances, and I had speed and starting out, I still do. And you could kind of skate by guys. Now it's like a lot of just using your speed to create turnovers and almost prying on people making mistakes. And that's how it's such a tight game, it seems. So it has changed where now everyone has speed and everyone can skate, and the technology of the sticks and the skates, it's gone to a new level.
Which is better?
Ooh.
Previous or now?
I think the game is in such a great spot where, now don't get me wrong, you do still see the high end plays and guys beating, for big chances and big goals, and the game is in a great place, and we got to see this training camp as well, even younger kids come in and faster with better shots and everything. So it's just going to continue to get better.
Do you think that's the way that the young guys are able to train these days? Like even before they get drafted or wherever they're playing their youth hockey and all of that. Is that just better now? Is that why you think players are coming through and being faster, stronger to keep up a little bit more than before?
Yeah, I do. I do think training and skating coaches, the ability for these certain coaches or most coaches that guys would hire, whether it's through someone in their hometown or someone their agent would hire or however it may be. They break down the video of Connor McDavid skating and let's work on this in certain ways. So you get that as a kid. That's pretty valuable. It's kind of something that I didn't have as a kid, and I would just had to go on YouTube and watch. I think it was Alexei Kovalev highlights with all his off-ice training.
That's how you got your base for off-ice
those old Warrior videos. I don't know if those were incredible.
Well, let's touch on these kids. What's really impressed you about the youth that's coming?
Well, their skill, but I would say their demeanor. They're all really, really good kids and good guys, and they've meshed in well. They've been humble and kept their heads down and worked hard, and through that work hard, they come out of it with a smile on their face. It's hard not to root for someone that that is doing the right things and having fun doing it. So I've been really impressed with. They're confident, but they're not cocky, and I think that's important to have some swagger to yourself, but not have it go over the line where you're pissing off the vets because it's cocky.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. And actually, Todd McClellan mentioned it. He said that your leadership group on this team has been really good about welcoming the new guys, and it could be because you guys see the way they could impact the future of this team. But how much of that is a point for you as the captain to make sure that they feel like they're a part of it?
Yeah, very important. And, I think even, I know Todd mentioned it as well in his media, I think maybe Saturday after the game, the final preseason game, where he said there's even guys that aren't on our team right now that are coming. And we got to see that throughout training camp. And, it's an exciting time, and I'm excited about them. And like kind of what I mentioned in the past question of just their demeanor makes it easy to welcome them in, and they seem to be just eyes and ears, just soaking it all in and not stepping on anyone's toes, and as crazy as it sounds, that some of that stuff is important, and finding a way around a NHL locker room. It's important. It's more important than you'd think. But we have been welcoming, and look forward to seeing what they can do. I think it's, like you mentioned as well, where you do see what they have and what they could bring, and kind of immediately make some important players to our team.
You had a welcome gathering at your place, did you not?
Yeah.
Summertime?
Yeah.
And that's a captain's role, I suppose, but how nice was that?
Yeah, it was great. My wife did it all. She set it all up, and it was great to have everyone over, and it was a perfect day out, and nice meal, get the guys back into town, and very casual, a little low key, I guess, and it was good timing.
Okay, so what's the food of choice at events like these? Because I saw the setup, but I don't think I actually saw the food that you guys were eating on social media. It looks so fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of food, probably too much food. I would say pretty normal, like chicken, fish option. I think it was like a Mediterranean sea bass, and then we had oysters. So I think she went with like a European kind of vibe. Yeah. Is what she called it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
No cooking, right? You guys cater and all that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We had someone come in and make the food.
Yeah.
It's not like she planned it and he was going to clean up.
Oh yeah.
Cleaned up. We both cleaned up a lot, actually. Yeah.
Well, let's take you back to summertime then, and May, and the arrival of your beautiful daughter Lennon. Beautiful name, by the way, and spelling with a Y, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Why did you come up with Lennon?
That was my wife, all her. She loved the name, and I think she thought it'd be cool to put the Y a little more, feminine, I guess, and I thought it was cool because Dylan with a Y as well. Mm-hmm. So that was my thought process. I don't think it was her thought process, but so it is a beautiful name, and just a really special time in our lives.
Who came up with the name then?
Ken's did.
I know Ken, but after someone or just out of the blue?
Just out of the blue. Yeah,
that's a unique name.
She liked it.
And your thought was first when she said it, right? Wow.
Yeah, I said I like that one.
Was that a hard part of the process? That's something I always think about when you have to name your baby, and if you don't have the names picked out. Did you guys go back and forth a bit?
Oh, well, we didn't know. We didn't find out the gender.
Oh, okay, so you didn't know.
Yeah, and we didn't know, and we had no boy names. Like, we couldn't decide. I said no to a lot of boy names. We only had one name, and it was for a girl.
So if you guys had a boy,
yeah,
it was going to be a spur of the moment.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Now, obviously, there were issues before. How much did that weigh on you toward the end of the season that everything would be okay?
Yeah, it weighed on me probably more than I would, probably knew in the moment, I guess, of last year. It was, I think this time we found out a year ago, and yeah, we have been through quite a bit, and was not public about it, but then we, I really felt like when you miss time, unfortunately for what we do, there's people have a thought that they deserve to know why you're out and missing time away from the team, and we decided to be public about it. And with saying that, what I'm trying to say is that it was amazing the all the people that reached out, that how common it is, and how people have the obviously some maybe different stories, but similar, and it's hard, but those people reaching out, it was special and meant a lot, and it was hard to go back through that all year and every appointment, and with what we do, being on the road, it's sometimes we're not able to be there, and the teams, Todd and Newsy as well. Derek Lalonde he was really good to my wife and I, and Steve's been great. Our training staff, Pete Van Zandt, so they were good about certain times where I had to go to appointments, maybe missed a practice or two last year, but it was harder than I probably realized at the time, and
Sure.
Coming out of it, having our daughter has been the biggest blessing in our lives, and we're just so happy and very relieved.
What does that teach you, Dylan? Just as maybe as a hockey player, maybe you can relate it, but more just as a person, what has all of this taught you?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
a tough question.
It's a tough question. It's hard. It's all hard,
Yeah.
My wife is strong, and I love her so much for how she pulled it together for us, and I really the tough times we had, I don't think I could have came back and played without her. That's how strong she was, and she allowed me to come and go back and play, and I'd feel guilty for being away, and she just was always like, it's okay, you got to go out there and do it, and I can't thank her enough for that. So I guess that's one, there's a lot of bad in it. It's terrible, but my wife being there and being strong for me was just amazing.
And as tough as that was now, as you revealed mentally, it had to be mentally tough too around Four Nations in February. Lennon was born in May. But around February, you're hurt going into Four Nations. You played great in Four Nations, and the disappointment in the end. But then to come back, and you weren't 100%, everything going on in your head, and mentally you got to play a 12:30 game on that Saturday, coming out of Four Nations.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, crazy time. When you look back at it now, how hurt were you, and maybe more mentally than physically?
Yeah, I think there's truth to that. I think when I first came back, to be honest with you, I was doing had like a groin problem and a ab, and I just couldn't get it calmed down, inflammation wise, and playing so much, like that turnaround from the final, the Four Nations, to playing at 12:30. That was. I remember sitting on the bench and we're playing Minnesota. I was like, oh, like my brain felt like I was 2 steps ahead. My legs were 3 steps farther behind, like from everyone else. So,
Except maybe Matt Boldy was in the same
yeah,
position.
I know.
whoever
Yeah,
did it
those
with
guys
you.
played like 30 minutes that night too, which was crazy. But yeah, I was exhausted. The one thing I feel I've gotten a lot better with throughout my career is managing the highs and lows. But that was a test of that with the Four Nations. It was such a high, and scoring a goal against Canada at the Bell Center Saturday
Crazy.
night, and coming back to the U.S. playing there, people are chasing after our bus outside of TD Garden with USA flags. Like going to restaurants and the whole restaurants chanting USA as we're walking through. Like it was just unlike anything I've ever experienced, and the attention it got, those games, against Canada, all the viewership and the excitement. It was a lot. There was it was hard to manage that high, right? And then coming back and back to reality, back to what we were trying to do here, and how well we were playing before that break. It was just a quick turnaround, and I think I was really tired, and I allowed myself to maybe feel sorry that I was that tired, and I remember maybe a week after the tournament, before the outdoor game, I was like, you just keep telling yourself you're so tired, you're starting to wear on you, starting to believe it, and it's affecting your energy level. So I had to snap out of that, and then with dealing with the ab injury, and it just there's a lot of nights where I just couldn't manage it, and I know I probably should have taken a couple nights off for the true stretch that we were trying to do at the end of the year.
But you probably felt guilty. You're the captain. How do I take a night off?
Yeah, absolutely. And something too, like you do have to, when you're not, there's games you're not feeling 100%, you have to, I got to watch Henrik Zetterberg do it a lot more than people even know. You by his play, you would never know that he was hurting, and that's something I'm still trying to get better at and perfect. And I know Todd talked about it with I have like steel armor, and it's something that I'm focused on this year. If things do come up, which they will, to not let it show.
How much is that? It might be a little bit different, but you always hear coaches use the term like B and C game, right? Like being able to go out there and play when you don't have your best, whether that's physically or whether that's just, you have an off night. How have you been able to find that, now that we talk about it's your 11th year in the league, being able to find that B or C game and go out there and still be effective? Yeah,
it's something, it's hard for me because as a skater, like someone that relies on their legs, it's hard, you got to think more, you got to be in better positioning. So through experience, you get better, but something that I think truly when you're in those playoff series and you're playing the same team and there's no space, it's tight, that's when you really find out what you're made of and how to play in those situations.
And this season, it's going to be condensed the way it is, and you've got the Olympics, and I know you're looking forward to that. Let's make that team. Let's talk about that and what a good start would mean, and how much do you think in the back of your mind about the Olympics in February?
Yeah, I do. That's like the Stanley Cup's here, the Olympics right up there with it, making that team, and we all grew up watching Miracle. Every guy that's going to play on that team grew up probably able to recite half the movies still, like that was our era, and watching the 2010 and Kaner is a big part of all of our being fans of USA Hockey and watching his career as well. So it would be very special and something that I think aligns well with wanting to make that team and playing well for the Red Wings. I don't have to chase offense to make that team. I don't think that my role on that team would be, I believe I can score at that level, but I don't think I have to be out there cheating for offense to try and put up enough points to make that team. I just have to play my game and contribute more on the penalty kill this year, and just try and help our team win hockey games. I think that's gonna give me the best chance of making that team.
I'd imagine it'd be a similar roster to what we saw for Four Nations, right? Like a lot of the same guys that will want to represent the country in the Olympics. Was there anybody on that team that you didn't know that you bonded with, or maybe were surprised by how well you got along with them, or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a few guys. I mean, there was a few that I hadn't played with, and Jake Gensel being one of them, and what a great guy he is, and Jacob Slavin as well. Just those two were so impressive on the ice, and just rock solid guys off the ice, and really everyone. That was one of the coolest parts, is just hanging with the guys and in the locker room, talking about what they like to do, or just getting to spend time with them, and being on the same team as them, and feeling the mutual respect.
We talk about a condensed schedule this year. Next year, it's going to be 84 games. Next year, thank goodness, there won't be 8 preseason games, but 4. Your thoughts, first of all, how happy are you that there will no longer be 8 preseason games? Not that the veterans play in all of them, but just overall.
I'm indifferent on it. I think I played 4 this year. I played 4 pretty much every year, and I think 3 to 4 is a good number. Camp was set up different with Todd this year, where we scrimmaged in Traverse City every day, which I enjoyed, and it gets you right back into game speed. And so 2, I think it might be a little light. I would like to play 3, but the 84, I guess. I don't know if they think maybe the first 2 of this season won't be as intense, but it won't be that way. It'll be right down to game 84, where teams need wins. So, it is what it is. I love the game still, and more games, maybe it's more fun.
It's the trade-off. It'll be tougher for the kids next preseason, who could play like 7 of 8 where we played. Not every team did. It wasn't uniform, but they're not going to get as big an opportunity to make a team and unseat a veteran. Yeah,
I guess you're right about that. Maybe it probably makes it more competitive from day one. Those scrimmages will mean a lot more, and not that they didn't this year, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
You mentioned with, go ahead,
You
you want to
go
follow up with that? You mentioned with Todd just the scrimmaging at camp kind of every day, and the differences and energy that he brings. What have you seen differently, or what do you think the advantages are going to be of having him here from the beginning this season to kind of get things rolling?
Well, yeah, I think he set the tone, and from his opening meeting and the way he carries himself, he brings intensity, and I felt that from day one, and I thought he demands a standard, and that's very important. So I was very impressed with his training camp, and how he runs his training camp, and very detailed, a lot of teaching, which is good, and a lot of scrimmage situations where even in the practices, you throw the puck out there and let us play. If it controlled scrimmages and trying to work on things, it's important, right? We don't you don't really get anything for winning a practice. It's all about winning in games, and that's you don't see that. This may be a little old school mentality, but he has that, and he wants it done with intensity.
I guess you do come with some cachet and aura around Todd, where you've coached Thornton and Marlowe and McDavid and Draisaitl and Kopitar. Does that lend a presence in the room too? You've only had young coaches really from Blashill and Newsy who really hadn't been NHL head coaches prior.
Yeah, it does. I mean, he has been around a long time. He's coached a lot of games, and you know, it's all three of the coaches I've had have had their strengths, and you know, but I guess with Todd having his experience, you know, it really shows, and you know, I think it's valuable in our game.
Ken told a story on the broadcast the other night, and I have to bring it up because I need more info on this. So, talking about your brother's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And your best man speech.
Yeah.
What happened there?
No, I don't know. I got nervous, and yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Sure it wasn't. Colin
wasn't terrible. Yeah, I think he is having smiles and laughing, but yeah, I think I probably went for I had a script, wrote something down. It wasn't organized and put a lot of time into it, and that's where I was kicking myself. But I had a joke in there early, and it didn't land.
Oh, no.
Then I
We
went
know that
off
feeling.
script. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It happens.
So
You were too much in baby mode, were you?
yeah, probably. Yeah.
So was he the best man at your wedding?
Yeah,
How was his speech?
he did a great job.
Does that make it a little worse?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You know what my broadcast partner always says? Don't be hard on yourself. Others will be hard on you. They can do it for you.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he said after the story was told
Yeah.
on air. He said,
Tell Dylan, he doesn't be hard on himself. Others will do that for
Yeah.
you, which is true. I'm sure you were great. Going back to the new CBA, and next year, there will be no more fitness testing. Does that make you happy?
Again, I've had some tests where you get nervous about it. There's a little summer anxiety, and you know, you play it out to be worse in your head than it actually is. But I guess you know, with being in my 11th year, it's, you know, fitness testing is just you know, something that you just kind of do, and it is what it is, right? So I don't complain about it. I just do it and do it as hard as I can. And everyone trains hard.
Yeah,
you know,
but it's
everyone
not
trains hard
consistent
enough.
around the league. So what's the dumbest or worst one you've been through in a fitness test?
Well, Blash's skate test was hard, really hard. I think Mike Kadar brought it from Pittsburgh, and you know, that was when Pittsburgh was winning Stanley Cups, and they used to do 3. So Blash was like, "We'll do more than them. We'll do 4," and and then it turned into 5, and that 5 was just crazy. I mean, you know, there was some years we started with half of our decor was injured with backs and hip flexors. It's like, why are we doing that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's interesting. Will that change any way you prepare for a season?
No, not at all. I mean, that's what I was trying to. Everyone trains, and,
Right.
you know, it's like if you don't train now, it's right away you can notice it, and so I think everyone comes in with good shape and ready to go right from day one of camp.
So you'll be in good shape. You could still have the summer to golf. I understand Lucas Raymond, his point total at 80 may not be an 80 golfer, but getting better. What was your match like with Lucas this summer?
Yeah,
Pretty intense.
it was good. Yeah, it was intense. We went up to Arcadia Bluffs, and you know, shout out to Bill Shriver. He hosted us up there for many years. We've been going up there and before training camp, and first time I went up there was with Thomas Tatar and Peter Mrazek and Teemu Polkinen. The 4 of us played, and that was probably the most amount of golf shots I've seen hit in one foursome ever. But you know, from then we started going and kept it going. And I played Lucas, and we did a Ryder Cup this year. I played Lucas in the 1v1. I wasn't. Kaner was the Team USA captain, and
Canadians and Euros versus U.S.?
yeah, we had a couple Canadian. We had to some Canadians. We had green card holders on U.S. and some of the young guys.
That's incredible.
It got a little bit, but so we had to do a little bit of finagling with the numbers. But Lucas and I played a big match, and we rode in the cart together. And from like 14 to 18, we didn't talk. And it was like,
were you mad at each other?
No,
or were
it was
you
just that it was back
That
and forth.
intense.
Yeah, it was that intense. It started with like, oh, like nice shot, and then by the end it was we weren't talking. It was pretty fun.
Who won?
I beat him. I had a good finish, strong finish, and I think birdied 16 and closed him out on 17.
Lucas getting better at golf?
Yeah, he
Surprised you?
kills the ball. Yeah,
Really?
He hits it very far.
So did you guys talk immediately after the round was finished? Were you back on normal terms?
No, I think, I was fired up.
Yeah,
it
of
was
course,
a big
you
win
won.
for me, like I was smiling. But no, probably not until dinner that night in Traverse City. So we had to drive back to Traverse City and
Wow.
cool down, yeah.
That
Did
is
you-
intense.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you beat Lucas, but did you guys do like what team won? Was it
We tied.
really?
It was a tie, yeah.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
can't tie. This
It
is
was- I
like
know,
you're
it was
hockey
cra-
players.
We played too much golf,
right.
though. It was like everyone was golfed out, and it's hockey season, so we're like, it's a tie. you
That's
know?
crazy.
The other question I have for you about what's going to change is the dress code.
Yeah.
I know you guys all look dapper coming off the bus. What are your thoughts on that? That now it's just, I guess, life standards is how it's sort of written. What are your thoughts on dress code?
Yeah, I have a little old school, I guess. I like wearing a suit. I'll probably still wear a suit. So I think it's easy, you put something on, it looks nice, and we're an original 6 team, and we're celebrating our 100th year this year, and every guy before us wore a suit to the game, that wore the winged wheel. So I think there's some importance to that, and I talked to most of the guys, and guys seem to be on the same boat, and we might do the occasional if you want to express yourself a little bit, but I think you still got to look professional, and put some nice sneakers on and a nice pair of jeans and then whatever, I guess, but just to still look professional.
It is funny though, because you're on the plane after a game, everyone's got the suit on. As soon as you get on the plane, everyone's taking the suit off, taking the shirt off, and they're all changing anyway. You come out of the shower and you're all sweating to put a suit on.
Yeah.
So there is something to being a little more casual.
I have learned this from doing baseball this year, that it is really hard to get on a flight in an uncomfortable outfit. So even if I dressed up for the game, I was changing. I was
too.
team changing to
Yeah.
something comfortable for the plane.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We have actually been, I think COVID kind of, Steve and the team became more lenient with our travel day attire. We wear track suits, and I think it looks they're comfortable, and it still looks good. So I think we're going to continue to do that, but just to games, I think there's something about walking into Madison Square Garden just wearing a suit, It's like I said, every guy has done it for 100 years now, and I don't want to be the first guy that's not doing that.
The arrivals are great. I agree with you. I think it's great,
Yeah.
and it is fun. You can pick out a new suit here and there and show up in a fresh
Yeah.
suit. That's
Well,
fun.
when he grew up watching Hockey Night in Canada, and Don Cherry,
Yeah,
look how
yeah,
good he
yeah,
looks
yeah.
there in that suit. Right,
Oh,
that's
I
what
know.
Don would
Yeah.
always talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Right, they're hockey players.
And
Yeah.
we've seen some wild ones though. Who was it Patrice Bergeron that wore that crazy suit?
Patrick Laine.
It was Patrick Laine.
Yeah.
Laine.
Yeah, it was Patrick Laine. You're
And
right.
those still may have some outrageous, not our
Yeah.
guys necessarily, but some.
Yeah, that's. All right, you want to do some one-timers?
Oh, we've got one-timers for you.
We're calling
Yeah.
these are like one-hitter
Okay.
questions.
Yeah, one-timers.
Yeah. You go. You start. You had some start that you liked.
All right, you want me to start with a one-timer. First autograph you ever obtained, who was it, and do you still have it? Of anything, doesn't have to be hockey. First autograph.
Jeez, I don't know. Only NHL player I met as a kid was Nick Lidstrom because his kids played, and he was frequently at rinks, state tournaments, and Doug Brown coached me as a kid. So those two are the only Red Wings I ever met, and I don't think I ever. Maybe Bobby Hull was doing
Okay.
That was probably the first one. He was doing an autograph signing at a tournament in Chicago.
All right.
Do you listen to podcasts?
Would that check out, Ken?
Did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby Hull.
Yeah. Bobby, sure. Yeah, I would check.
In Chicago? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want someone to fact check me and be like, no.
Well, Bobby Hull,
Fact
what do
check,
you
I
mean?
would-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Sure.
should make sense. Favorite, or do you listen to podcasts?
No.
Are you going to listen to this podcast when it comes out?
No, I'm sorry.
Wow. All right.
I
All
can't
right,
listen.
then.
I can't
Well-
listen to myself.
All right, then, okay. Do you listen to music driving to the rink?
Yeah.
What's your fave?
Country.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite artist right now?
No, I honestly don't. No.
It's all over the
If you
place.
could only listen to one song for the rest of your
I
life,
hate this question.
what would it be?
I hate that question.
Hail to the victors.
Oh.
See, I should have prefaced with, okay, but I didn't.
Can you imagine the rest of your life just hail to the victors on repeat?
He
Fire
can.
up every time. Yeah.
Where he went to school.
What's your greatest fear?
Ooh. Jeez. Probably snakes.
That's a good one.
Oh.
It's a good one.
My wife would say snakes too.
Yeah.
Those in the garden. Oh, that would be the end of it. Do you prefer to watch movies at home or TV if it syncs up with closed captioning or without?
That's a good question.
Without. Unless it's like English, not obviously English, but like like
Yeah.
England.
Not subtitles
England,
needed.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm laughing at the one because I got stuck in an elevator this year. Have you ever been stuck in an elevator?
No.
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 Oh, that would be one of my biggest fears.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Oh, yeah, claustrophobic? Oh,
Yeah.
in an elevator.
How about this one? Best selfie you have with someone on your phone that's not a family member.
There's a great one. There's actually the wedding weekend. My wedding weekend, we had a rehearsal dinner, and then we were at a hotel in Birmingham, and it's myself, Mo, Lucas, my brother, Colin, my cousin Adam, my cousin Ryan, myself, and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wait,
That's
was he just
awesome.
at the
Electric.
hotel?
Yeah, he was there.
That's
yeah.
incredible. That's amazing. Who asked for it?
I think I did.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love that. That's gonna go
That's a
down
good
as the best.
Most famous person in your phone?
Most famous person. Gosh, I don't know.
Do you think it's a hockey player, or do you have somebody that's not a hockey player that might be sneaky more famous?
See, I have Dylan Larkin in mind.
Yeah,
but
that's like
No, I
because
mean, there's no. I guess a couple athletes like
Yeah.
Jared Goff,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably it. Yeah.
And would you call
Blake
him?
Griffin, maybe.
Oh, that's
Okay,
a good one
okay.
too.
Would you call him?
No.
See, that's the other thing. You can have a famous person. Like I have Gary Bettman's number in my phone. I'm not calling him.
He'd answer, I think.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, I
think
think
he
he
would.
might.
Block
I think he
me.
would.
I think he
No,
would.
he'd block me. He'd go, you messed up again. No, he wouldn't. But
Well,
that's-
Dylan,
that's the
you
other
made
thing.
it through the podcast, even though
Oh,
you
wow,
won't
yeah.
listen to it. You're already done. Great job. It was great to catch up with you, and excited for what the season's going to bring.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited about this season, and I like this podcast we have going, and
Thank you.
and I will listen to the other episodes. So I'm
Okay,
sure you
great.
guys will have some great guests.
We will.
It's just
Oh, you just won't listen to your
Yeah,
own.
we'll
but you
give
may
you
listen
the-
to others.
voice.
We'll give you the
We'll-
feedback on
yeah.
yours, okay? If there's any
Okay,
feedback
yeah.
out there, we'll make sure we give
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you guys.